One of the saddest stories from the early days of space exploration is about Laika, a stray dog sent into orbit before any human had ever gone to space. She became a symbol of progress, but was never meant to survive. The mission included food and water, but no plan to bring her back. Just hours after launch, she likely died from overheating, while her capsule continued orbiting Earth for weeks before burning up on re-entry. And even today, this story still leaves a heavy feeling for anyone who hears it.
And the worst part, stories like this aren't rare. I once came across a pretty strange experiment about driver behavior. Researchers wanted to see how people react to unexpected obstacles on the road. So they placed a very realistic fake turtle right on the pavement and watched what drivers would do. Most people simply slowed down and drove around it. But then something unexpected started happening. Some drivers actually changed their path and aimed their car directly at it. According to the results, about 8% of drivers did this. And that number surprised the researchers the most. Some species of centipedes have a very unusual form of parental care. After the babies hatch, the mother stops searching for food and becomes their only source of nutrition. The young survive by feeding from her body while she slowly weakens. It's one of the most extreme examples of parental sacrifice found in nature. Rabies is often described as one of the most frightening diseases for one simple reason. Before symptoms appear, it can still be stopped with treatment. But once the first symptoms begin, such as confusion or difficulty swallowing, it becomes almost impossible to reverse. That's why doctors stress that treatment after an animal bite has to happen as quickly as possible. Fire safety experts often mention something surprising about very young children. Kids under the age of 5 don't always react to fire the way adults expect. Instead of running away, some of them instinctively try to hide, sometimes under beds or inside closets. That's why firefighters are trained to carefully check hiding spots when they search a house during a fire. There is a rare psychiatric condition known as Cotard's delusion. People with this disorder can genuinely believe that they are already dead or that their body has stopped functioning. To them, the feeling is completely real, even though everything around them shows otherwise. It's often described as one of the most unsettling examples of how powerful and fragile the human mind can be. Our dog once had heartworms, but thankfully the treatment worked, and now she's completely fine. That whole situation made me curious, so I started reading about how heartworms actually spread. It turns out they're carried by mosquitoes and can live inside many large mammals. And that led to a strange question. What actually stops humans from getting them? Surprisingly, not much. In humans, they usually can't develop properly, which is why they rarely become a serious issue. But technically, scientists say parasites like this can sometimes still make their way into the human body. One of the most unusual cases ever recorded in medical history involves the youngest confirmed mother. Historical records show that a girl became pregnant at the age of 4 and gave birth when she was 5 years old. The case is still discussed in medical literature today because of how rare and shocking it was. Even decades later, it remains one of the most extraordinary cases ever documented. Here's a surprising fact about the human body. The same types of receptors that react to spicy food in your mouth are also present at the end of your digestive system, which is why that burning sensation doesn't just happen when you eat something spicy, but can show up again later on as your body processes it. Most people don't think of dental problems as dangerous, but untreated infections can turn into something much more serious. In rare cases, bacteria can spread and lead to a brain abscess, causing severe complications.
There have been real situations where a man in his 40s went from living a normal life to facing life-changing health issues because of untreated dental problems. It's a powerful reminder that ignoring small warning signs can sometimes lead to consequences far bigger than expected. Movies get this completely wrong when it comes to lava. Most scenes show people instantly sinking. But in reality, your body wouldn't just disappear beneath the surface. Because of density differences, it would stay on top, exposed to extreme heat that rapidly destroys tissue. The water inside your body would begin to vaporize under those temperatures, and because heat wouldn't hit every part at once, the effects could be uneven and chaotic. Real life wouldn't look like the movies at all. It would be far more complex and far more brutal than what's usually shown on.
There's a rare and unusual type of tumor called a teratoma that can contain different kinds of body tissue, including hair, teeth, and even structures similar to eye tissue. It forms from special cells that have the ability to develop into multiple tissue types, and while it might sound disturbing, it's a well-studied medical condition that doctors know how to treat. The Challenger disaster remains one of the most heartbreaking moments in space history. Investigations suggest that some crew members may have remained conscious for a short time after the breakup and even attempted to use emergency equipment. Details like these still hit hard today and serve as a reminder of the risks astronauts face every time they leave Earth. A couple of weeks ago, I noticed something strange on my puppy's eyes and decided to get it checked right away. The specialist told me they were dermoids, a rare condition where skin cells grow where they're not supposed to. But here's the part that shocked me the most. One of those spots actually started growing a hair. Yes, an actual hair on her eyeball. It sounds unreal, but cases like this do exist and can be treated if caught early. The human body is far more resilient than most people realize. In certain cases, you can survive with just one lung, one kidney, and even a portion of your liver. Your body has an incredible ability to adapt and redistribute functions to keep you alive, which makes it one of the most fascinating and durable systems out there. There's a rare and little-known phenomenon, sometimes referred to as coffin birth. In extremely uncommon cases, natural processes after death can cause changes within the body due to internal gas buildup. Historical accounts have mentioned situations like this dating back to ancient times, including references linked to Pompeii. While it sounds disturbing, it's explained by natural biological processes and is considered very rare. Echidnas are some of the strangest animals on the planet, and males have one of the most unusual reproductive systems out there. Instead of a typical structure, it actually has 4 distinct parts that don't all function at the same time. Scientists believe this adaptation is linked to how they reproduce, making them even more fascinating than they already are. Modern slavery isn't just something from history. It still exists right now on a massive scale. Tens of millions of people around the world are living under forms of coercion, including forced labor, trafficking, and exploitation. What makes it even more unsettling is how hidden it can be, woven into everyday life and global systems without most people noticing. Once you become aware of it, you start to see how deeply connected it is to industries, supply chains, and the way the world actually works. After all this, what's something you wish you never knew?